Gamers! We've upgraded the docks on my island, but when I arrive at the land with my medieval city, yeah, it's literally just grass that we're landing at, which just isn't gonna cut it. So it's time to upgrade by building a huge, realistic medieval harbor following a real-life reference. Alright, so let's go showcase the location where I want to start building this thing, because unlike every other episode, I actually have the exact spot in mind of where I want to build this. Alright, so here at my dock, we're gonna, head down and just take one of the various boats, and basically, yeah, so this is the spot here that we pretty much are going to be arriving at. And as showcased in the intro, it's just simply not going to cut it anymore, okay? I'm sick of just, getting my feet wet in the mud, and I just don't like it. So right here, we're going to be building a massive, realistic medieval dock. But before we can do that, we of course need to terraform the surrounding landscape and make it, workable. So the first thing I want to actually do is remove all of these little islands and just have basically this bank here. And I might actually shape it up a little bit, differently as well. I might make it more of like a flat kind of edge along there, just to suit the harbor idea that I have in mind. So yeah, time to start terraforming. Okay, and there it is. Just a quick little terraform for this one, but there is basically our foundation that we now have to work with. So essentially what I want to do next is get a bunch of stone, because this is pretty much all I have to my name. And we're going to be using that to establish our foundation in our walls. I don't know how high I'm going to make this, but yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. And we're going to be using some real life reference as well that I've found. And we're going to make something absolutely awesome. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just mine out a bunch of stone. I'm probably going to get some wood as well. And I'll most likely meet you guys back here. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Disruptive, that was a really cool transition, but what the fuck is this? This right here is my new fishing kayak. Some interesting features include these pedals, so I don't have to use a paddle like an idiot. It also has a fish finder, which shows you the depth of the water and if there's any fish under the kayak. But yeah, that's literally it. Stay tuned for more fishing stuff. Back to Minecraft. Alright, and we're back at the spot with a bunch of resources to use. So it's time to get started in the planning phase here, and I want to actually, instead of just, just popping the reference pictures on screen, we're going to do a quick little analysis of them. So, yeah, let's get into that right now, mate. Alright, so here we are in the references, section of my video notes, and this first one here, I kind of like, I don't know, I just like this, area along here, and, this just kind of inspires me for, I don't know, just something. I don't know, I like this little dock as well, with the boats alongside it and the big poles. I might actually incorporate those big poles down in the dock. I like that. This next one, I don't really know. I just like the big walls and the ladders. The ladders look really cool, and there's some little birdies in there too. Now this next one, definitely very interesting. This one's kind of like a D&D map, obviously a bird's eye view layout, but I really like this where the walls kind of come out and make a little harbor in here. I don't exactly know if we're going to incorporate this or not, but I do really like that, and I love the layout here. It's pretty cool. And then the final one, the best reference, is this actual medieval harbor. But yeah, basically we got this little opening here. We got ladders everywhere, dude. I love these little ladders. We got a slope there. And so basically after all of that, this is my little sketch that I've come up with here. So this is all of the wood dock. We got the wall here, and then all of the houses and stuff. So yeah, I think that's enough boring reference stuff. Let's get into the actual building. All right, so starting off with the planning, of course we need to, just have a general outline of where we want things to go. I'm thinking this corner here is going to be a little part that, I don't know, might stick out a bit. So let's get our stone out, and let's just mark this corner right here. And so I think along here we're gonna have a short kind of stone wall, maybe actually just that tall. And I think what might look nice is actually changing this to our spruce wood instead of stone. So we'll have a pillar that comes up like this, and then I reckon maybe some inset stone here. We're gonna have to actually replace all of this dirt with stone, which is kind of annoying. The fuck, man? Why can't I craft this crafting table? Jesus Christ. All right, and then I reckon we crack out the stone stairs, and we'll probably put them along the tops like this. I reckon that is going to look pretty nice. And then I think maybe gaps of either 5 or 3. I think 5 is going to be the best, which we actually have 5 already. So let's bang that on there. And then up here, I reckon we'll have a fence. Oh, actually, I don't know if I like this anymore now. I don't know, that doesn't look very good. Okay, I've actually got a new idea that I think is going to work perfectly. So I reckon on these points here, we'll put some stairs, and then in between those, some trap doors. If I can fucking place them, you fucking dickhead. God damn it. And then above all of that, we'll have a fence in the middle, and then some fence gates between those. I need to make some real quick. Give me a bloody second. Yeah, so something like this. We'll probably slap a lantern on top of this fence in the middle here, and then I reckon some stone slabs on top of those pillars will look quite nice. Let's get in the boat and have a look from afar. Yeah, dude, I think that is going to work perfectly. I actually really like that. So that's just going to be the first stage of our dock there. Actually, I think that needs to be 1 block higher because we want to have another wooden dock out in front of this, and that's going to cover up this, I think. So I reckon we need to raise this all up 1 block higher at least. So give me a second, I'll do that all right bloody now. Okay, there it is. That is going to be absolutely perfect. So that's the design I'm going to repeat all the way along here. And then I reckon from here we'll have a part that'll stick out. It'll probably stick out to here, and we'll have that same design in there, and then we'll have some stairs, and then like, you know, our wooden dock and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get all of these walls placed in with this same design, repeated all the way along, and yeah, we'll get that done as a time lapse right now. Okay, and there we go. There is the very first wall of our harbor done. The next thing I want to do is actually add our secondary layer of harbor walls here, which are going to be obviously behind these ones, and they're going to be a little bit larger as well and be using some different blocks. So let's crack out the old stone bricks here. And so I want all of these pillars to be in line with the existing pillars. So let's do something like this. I think we'll go up maybe that high. Oh, that is pretty high above the freaking ground there. But that should be right. Realistically, these will probably go up an additional block because right here is where we'll be adding in our like stairs and stuff like this. So let's place out our next little pillar here so that we can figure out the kind of arch shape that we want to have in between these and get the design looking good. So we'll probably go with something like that, and then probably just have slabs in between them. Dude, I wish there was like stone trapdoors or something that would make this look absolutely amazing. Kind of stinks that this is the best I can literally do with this space. Yeah, even that's gonna look whack, isn't it? God damn it, man. We could even settle for something like that, because behind this we're gonna be having our freaking, what's it called? Spruce planks like so. So yeah, I guess that is our wall design there. It's very simple, but literally that's the best I can do. It kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is. Next, we need to figure out the design for up in between here. And honestly, I'm just thinking the same fences and fence gate design is actually going to work out pretty nicely. But yeah, it's a very simple design. Obviously, it gives us ample room in here to add heaps of details, which we of course will be doing. Don't you bloody worry about it, mate. But yeah, that there is going to mark out our little design for the, whatchamacallit. Let's take a look from far away. And yeah, I think that is going to work nicely. So yeah, I'm liking that. We're going to go ahead and repeat that across everywhere. And then, yeah, I don't know what else I'll do in that time lapse, but let's get started with it right now, mate. Alright, and there it is. There's the front of our harbor pretty much completed there. And it's looking really good. Especially, this area, you know, just... Okay, sorry guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is the front wall of our harbor completed. And yeah, basically what I want to do next is actually figure out the staircase. And I think I want it maybe right here. So let's remove this entire chunk of shit I've already built. Alright, and so from here, we're going to fix up this little thing. And then we're going to, you know, just add some stairs in here. And then as for up here, I just want to extend this little spruce slab kind of walkway here to be 3 blocks wide. This is just going to be like a little pathway. And then I reckon we're going to fill up the rest of this pretty much, you know, all the way up until we meet the land over there with probably just stone. So I want all of this up here to be kind of like a little mini town, you know, the town that'll eventually hopefully connect up over to our village over there. And I think I actually want to have another staircase over here as well on this side. I just feel like that's going to look really nice and work out perfectly. So there we go, just something like that. I reckon actually on these corners, we might even be able to leave those there. Actually, forget what I just fucking said. That looks hideous. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I reckon that's all right. And yeah, so that's going to lead up to our pathway, and then basically just fill this up with stone. We'll probably repeat these this wall design, like this one here. We'll repeat this across, like as far as we want to go, and same probably with this side too. Actually, I don't know what we're going to do with this side, actually. It's going to be kind of hard. Yeah, we might just have to do the same thing, or maybe even extend the wall out to here. Maybe even just slowly transition it into like a dirt little hill or something. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do. But yeah. So I think, once again, it's time for another time lapse. I'm going to get to filling in the rest of of this pathway and then just adding stone, you know, as far as I want to go. I'm actually just bringing the dirt up to the stone as well because it doesn't really need to be too massive. So yeah, let's get straight into that right now. Actually, just before we start the time lapse, I realized that is probably going to be the perfect thing that we could put there. Just basically the same design, but it just wraps around. Okay, I'm going to quickly repeat that over here and then we'll actually get started on the time lapse. Alright, and there is the platform all completed. I also, as you might have seen, added the wall on that side as well. So we're all good to go up here for adding our buildings. But before we actually get to that, we're not completely done with the dock down here. I probably should have actually built this first, but basically I want to add a third and final layer that basically goes all the way onto the floor here. And so I'm thinking I want to get rid of this fence right here and replace it with our staircase. And so basically we're going to have it run along like this all the way down to the end here. And I think along the way we might see if we can incorporate some pillars. Like mentioned previously in the reference, I want to have these pillars be kind of tall because I don't know, I just like that idea from the reference picture and I think it makes it look, I don't know, dock-like. I don't really know. But yeah, we'll leave it there and we'll see how it looks from afar once we've, you know, added them all in and added in this big pathway as well. I think we're going to end it in line with this pillar right here. And let's just jump in the boat real quick and take a look at how that is looking with the pillars, you know, that big. Oh, okay. I think we trim them down one just so they're a little bit lower than that pillar back there because right now it's the exact same height and it just, it looks a little strange. Let's chip one off the top of each of these and we'll take another look. All right, let's see how that's looking so far. And yeah, I'm liking that. That's a lot better. I like how it's like a kind of slope, you know, between all the pillars, I guess. But yeah, so from that, I do want to actually have some parts that stick out for like kind of, you know, boat docking areas because that's the whole purpose of this bottom area, I guess. So I want to have some of these branch out like this and then maybe transition into a shape kind of like this. Yeah, that way we can park a boat up in there nice and easily. And I reckon maybe we just have that, you know, we just leave a gap and then have another one here. And so that'll line up perfectly with the last one here. We can just simply add in our last one. And yeah, there we have it. There's our dock design. Dude, this is coming along so nicely. This whole thing just looks awesome, dude. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, something I did just notice is this here. We need to, I think we need to keep the wood kind of, you know, flowing through this like a pathway. So I reckon, if I can freaking stay on the platform, man, I reckon we just add in some spruce slabs here. So that's all just connected up and that leads up to here as well. And then we need to figure out some lanterns. We definitely need lanterns down here. So what if we did something like this maybe and had them, or maybe what if we actually elevated that up one and then have the lanterns there? I think that is going to look pretty sweet. I'm of course probably going to run out of lanterns. Yeah, it looks like I'm actually one short, which is that's really annoying. Wow, that's all right. We'll fill that one on later. Hopefully I don't forget. Okay, I just went and grabbed a bunch of details and made some more lanterns, so I actually don't forget. There we go. It's added on. Thank God. Okay. So as you can see, I have a bunch of detailing blocks here, and the first thing I want to do is actually just plonk a boat into each one of these little sections, just so, you know, they're ready to go, and they're looking, you know, used and stuff. I don't know, but yeah. So now let's crack out all of the other detailing blocks. Okay, we got some of the classics here. Chest, barrel, campfire. Let's just lay it down, you know. You guys know exactly what we're doing here. Bang, 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 something like that. Even chuck a lantern on top of that bad boy too. All right, and on top of that, I've got some other different details that I don't usually use and incorporate. So just stuff like this, like freaking cauldrons and stuff. I never really use this as detail, and I think it's a really good detail that should be used more often. Another detail that is, of course, good for docks is, you know, having boats. And I think actually in here could be a really cool, like, boat parking spot. I don't know. Usually I'd place them on land if they're kind of, you know, waiting to be used, but I think that's a really cool idea, having like a boat parking kind of section. Actually, what I think I might do is put this all the way at the end here. There we go. We can actually fit two in there, and that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Now, another interesting little detail we could add is maybe like a barrel here. We could get a grindstone and actually even a flower pot in there. I've got a bunch of oxeye daisies as well. We can did not mean to do that. What the hell? Can chuck one in there, and then maybe even a hopper as well. Why not? I don't know what that could be, but you know, it's something there. And then yeah, I'm pretty much just going to keep repeating these details throughout this entire dock. I'm going to do it up here. I'm going to cram details, of course, in all of these spots, and I'll probably add some along this pathway as well. And yeah, so I'm pretty much just going to repeating all of this stuff that I've already done. So yeah, we're going to do that as a time lapse, of course. So let's get started right now. All right, and there we go. There is all of our details added into this dock, except for one extra detail I want to add right here, and that's going to be a little bit of a boat design, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. All right, so first up, we're going to grab our stair blocks, and we're going to just place some temporary ones to allow us to place a step like so. Oh my god, dude, this shit on my mouse pad is pissing me off, brother. Okay, let's remove that. Then we're gonna place another stair behind this one, and then we're gonna follow it up with a slab, then a couple of temporary slabs to allow us to place that step block like so. And then we're just gonna finish it off with another step like so. Now, before we do anything, we're going to place a boat in right here, and that should fit in perfectly. If not, just jump in it and move back just a touch, and there we go. It's really not that important, you know, but it looks nice. And now what we're gonna do is add some trapdoors on the sides and close those up like so. And of course, I've run out of trapdoors, so let me just quickly goddamn craft some. All right, and there's our trapdoors. Slap those on. Now, whichever side we want the back to be, which I think is this side here, we'll add 2 fences on, and then I have a couple of banners as well. I don't think we're gonna need both of them, but yeah, that's like our little sail thing. Pretty cute. And then at the front here, we're just gonna whack a lantern on. And now, because right now this is like technically floating, I guess, what we can do is just head over here, go into swimming mode real quick so that we can place some slabs underneath this, or at least one. So there's our cute little boat design. It's just meant to be like kind of a larger version of that actual boat. And yeah, I think that looks pretty cute and cool. I'm happy with that. And so yeah, with that done, that basically marks the completion of the front half of our harbor here. What we need to do next is head up here and fill out this platform with some houses and some shops and just various details and decorations. And so the first thing I want to actually do is just mark out a little kind of dividing section for the pathway. And I think just lining it up with, you know, this part of the dock here will be nice. So let's just go ahead and remove a big old strip through like this, and then just simply replace all of it with some spruce wood slabs like so. And there's our pathway added in, and the next thing we're going to get started doing is actually designing some houses from scratch here. I have no plans and no ideas on how I want these houses to look other than, you know, just kind of like harbor side, kind of rickety-ish looking houses. I don't really know how else to describe it, but yeah. So we're going to go with the staple, something like that, I reckon, and then we'll branch this off. And then what if we just do something like this? We just have, you know, a little small window, or actually that could be the entrance, and then we have our window here. I reckon that could work pretty nicely. And actually, I think what I might do is swap those around just so we have our entrance there instead. And yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty nice. And then what we could do on this side is just have it be a simple 3-block wide section, and then we'll just, you know, fill out the rest of the frame. So just give me a second here. All right, and there's our frame design. I ended up adding a second floor onto this bad boy, so we've got a bit of a taller house. And next it's time to get the roof done, which I think we're just gonna go with a simple slab setup kind of roof like this. I think it's gonna work nicely. So I want these houses to look kind of rickety, kind of mellow, I guess, and this kind of style roof is going to work, like, you know, perfectly for that. There we go. So that's all the trims added in. We're of course going to cover up this little gap here before we, you know, fill in the rest of the roof here with our, not spruce slabs, bloody oak slabs. And there we go. There's our top roof done. Now we're going to jump down and add on this little secondary roof here. And for this, I think I want to do something, you know, just kind of sloped, I guess. Something like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's all right. I like that. All right, so there's our roofs added. Now it's time for the walls, of which I honestly have no idea what we're going to do. I'm going to try, let's just try some stripped spruce. I feel like that matches too closely. There's not enough contrast there for the wall, so I don't think we're going to do that. And I think using stone, it's going to match the floor too much. So what if we maybe change some of these into some stone bricks? I don't know how that's going to fare. I think that'll kind of give the look that I'm trying to go for, you know? All right, so there's our stairs and our window. Bang. There we go. That's the wall design right there. And just looking at this, I think what we might do is actually add in just a very light touch of stone texture. I think it could definitely benefit from that. Yeah, that already looks like so much better, dude. Next, moving on to our door. Bang, you know, nothing too crazy. That's our door. Over here, what could we add in between this little section? I reckon a bit of a spruce decal would look nice. It actually matches the pillars as well, which is kind of cool. Let's try and get a freaking, oh my god, dude, I'm gonna lose it. Let's get a trapdoor up here, just for like that little arch kind of look. I think that looks cool. And then maybe under the pillars here, do we go with spruce to kind of match? Yeah, I think that looks super nice, dude. Hell yeah, dude. That's looking awesome. All right, what I'm going to do now is just repeat this wall design on every other wall. And then once that's done, what I'm going to do next is just basically use this same kind of template here and just repeat a couple of different houses throughout here and, you know, in some different shapes. And yes, let's get that done as a time lapse starting right now. All right, game. What the hell? I just noticed that. The hell is going on there? But yeah, there is our housing district all done pretty much. And now it's time to move on to the shopping district over here. I want to add in a bunch of shops, a bunch of stalls and markets and just stuff like that. So let's start off with our first kind of like trading stall building here. And I think I'm wanting this to be in like an L shape. So we're going to do something like that. And then, you know, something like that. So this portion is going to go up higher. And then this portion is going to be down lower. And this here is going to be kind of the shop front. So I'll of course just get the rest of this building done in a time lapse, but for the front part, I want to actually design it now with you guys at least. So the thing that I absolutely love is just having like a table at the front. Let's do something like this, like kind of a curved table like that. Up along the top, let's get a couple of fences going across. Maybe even if we actually get, we don't have any, of course. God damn it. Give me a second. Let's get maybe actually all just fence gates here. I think fences sit a little bit too low for my liking. So yeah, I think fence gates looks a lot better across there. Then what I actually want to do next is maybe make a couple more banners. So yeah, we'll do something like that. Yeah, that gives like a bit of a trading kind of store look. And then I actually want to go get some item frames. I'll go get some more wool as well while I'm at it because this clearly is enough. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back with a bunch of detailing blocks and I changed my mind. I want this to actually be like a flower stall. I think it's just going to look nice having the colors here and then like the colors of the flowers and stuff. Let's actually maybe put an extinguished campfire here actually, because you know, why the hell not? So yeah, that's going to be our shop there. I'll fill this out in the time lapse, but before we do that, I actually want to move on to maybe a bit of a market stall kind of design. I think what we might actually do is have another pathway that'll come up this way, just so we have a bit more structure to kind of work around. I think that'll help, you know, make it a little easier to work with. So let me just do this pathway real quick here. Okay, there's our new pathway, and now that we have this structure, we can kind of use that to work with, like I mentioned previously. So let's add a big old freaking thing right here. Then at the back, let's add in our, not that, what the hell? Our fences and stuff like this. And then at the front, we'll add in our fences as well. And that'll obviously support our roof there. So next, I'm gonna maybe strip those. Let's see how that looks. I'm gonna head up to the tippity bloody top here. And so what I reckon we try is maybe something like this, like a bit of a structured kind of style roof like that. And then in between that, we can add in our wool. I've completely messed that up. How the hell did I manage that, dude? What the... Jesus Christ. Let's just grab out some wool. Let's go with yellow for this one and just kind of see how it looks against this. So it'll obviously go yellow and then white. And of course, it is turning to night. God, am I freaking lyrical genius out here, dude? Did you hear that rhyme or what, man? The blocks down here are looking a little strange, I think. I think we need to strip those, remove these, and maybe add like, you know, one of these bad boys across here. So it looks more like a table. I think that will look better. Let's just add in the entire roof and see how it looks, because right now it does look weird, and I don't know if it's just because the roof isn't done. And yeah, that's actually looking not too bad. I kind of like that. Although I think these fences here at the back can be replaced with some stripped oak logs, kind of like how we do at the front. I think that'll fit a little nicer. Yeah, I think that it just looks a little more cohesive. I kind of like that. Next, let's of course get our detailing blocks. We're going to fill the back of this bad boy up with just a bunch of chests and barrels, just kind of randomly scattered throughout. And then on the table here, we'll have our goods for sale, maybe a lantern, an extinguished campfire, and maybe actually we can replace this with like a barrel. Yeah, dude, that looks awesome. I like that a lot. So yeah, there we go. There's our like kind of market stall design. I'm of course going to incorporate a bunch of different kind of shape designs, and I'll probably just fill out this entire section and this section as well. And we'll of course continue, you know, with this actual established trading building as well. So yeah, I'm going to get all of that filled out as a time lapse right now. Alright, and there we go. There is our completed market stall and, you know, trading district all done for our little harbor here. As you can see, I just sprinkled in a bunch of random details, little bushes and like barrel piles and chests, of course. Heaps of different variants of our little, you know, market stall kind of thingies as well. I really like, probably this one's actually my favorite over here. I like these like two side by side. So that's just about going to conclude this episode. I'm glad I have a nice little spot now to arrive at. It's definitely, yeah, a very nice build. I'm very happy with the way this this one turned out. And of course, if you want to download it for yourself, be sure to check out my Patreon, as it'll be up over there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.